Alright, this is an update to the $1,000 Robinhood Roth IRA challenge. I'm recording this on Sunday, November 9th, 2025. So this challenge, I deposited $1,000 into a Roth IRA account on Robinhood, and they gave me $30 match bonus. And my plan is to grow the account with only risking their money and not risking my initial $1,000 deposit. So far, I have completed 3 trades. I'm going to tell you about the third one today. The first 2 trades, to recap, the first trade was in GDX, the Gold Miners ETF. I started that on October 9th, and it lasted 8 days. I was risking $25.48, which is almost my entire $30 match on one trade, which was 2.47% of my account. And luckily I did show a profit of $23.74 for an account impact of 2.3%. The second trade that I did was in XLU, the Utilities ETF. I started that on October 24th, and it lasted 3 days. I was risking, this time, I risked much less. I risked only $7.48, or 0.71% of my account. The result of the trade is that I lost 32 cents for an account impact of negative 0.03%. And I have finished a third trade, which I would like to tell you about now. I'm going to go to my trading view. The ticker is IAU, the iShares Gold Trust. So this is basically the price of gold. And gold has been in this uptrend, then it got a little carried away and it pulled back to the 21 and fell below the 21. And what I was seeing here, it's hard to see this candle that I entered on, so let me just briefly turn off some things here. I'm going to turn off the drawings that I have. So it printed this little plus sign candle right here, and I'll turn my moving averages back on. And so what I saw is it fell below the 21. It bounced on the 34. This dotted blue line is the 34 EMA, and it started making higher lows. The low of each day kept getting higher and higher, and now the price has pulled up pretty much right at the 21 EMA, and I thought this would be a good low risk entry, because if it doesn't start moving above the 21 EMA immediately, if it falls down just a little bit, then that will invalidate my thesis that it's going to rise above the 21. So what I like about that is I like the rising lows, and I like the tight risk here. So I ended up entering at 75.42, and the 34 EMA was at 74.41. So I only have $1.01 of risk per share. And I decided to buy 13 shares. So 13 shares at 75.42. That would be an investment of $980.46. And my risk in the trade is $1.01 per share, so that would be $13.13. I'd also like to look at what the chart looked like on the 78-minute chart, so a shorter term time frame. And let me zoom out a little bit. And so again, you can see that you've got this these rising lows. But what I don't like about this is that the 21 is below the 89. I think this would have been better if we had the 21 starting to rise above the 89. I think I was a little bit impatient on entering here. I should have waited for more confirmation. And let's go back to the daily. And I want to show one other thing that I didn't like. If you look on the daily chart, this BX trender has been dark green and continuing to make lower values and stay dark green. I think it's better to enter when the BX is bright green. So that's something that I don't like about my entry. But a lot of things that I do like, the tight risk being the most important part. And so what ended up happening, this ended up being a one-day trade because the very next morning, I bought this on Monday, November 3rd. And on Tuesday, November 4th, at the opening, the price was already at my stop, and I ended up selling all of the shares on Tuesday morning. And I would also like to point out that my plan was that if price had gone up by 2 times my risk at 77.44, then I would have sold 1/3 of my shares, or 4 shares out of 13. And so I had a sell limit order set at the 2 times risk point, and I had a stop loss order set at my stop at 74.41. And so on Tuesday morning, it automatically sold 9 of those shares. And then that gave me an alert on my phone, and I manually sold the remaining 4 shares. And so here's the trade summary. Sold 9 shares at 74.41. Sold 4 shares at 74.40. For a total loss in the trade of $13.17. And my account balance stands at $1,040.25. And I lost 1.25% of my account on this trade. I'd also like to show the equity curve thus far for the account. We started at $1,000. This blue line is my account value after doing a transaction where I sell shares, and this is updated daily. And the red line is what would have happened if I had taken the $1,000 and put it in the S&P 500 and held it. So this gives me a benchmark to compare my progress to. If my blue line starts falling below the red line, then that means that I'm not beating my benchmark. And so we'll keep an eye on this graph as we make more trades. And also, so my account now stands at $1,040. So I have $40 to work with for my risk. I think I need to be careful in the future about making sure to enter with the momentum, and also making sure to keep my risk in the trade low. I think I want to be risking, I think the $13 was fine. Maybe I want to go a little less, maybe under $10. I may make smaller trades instead of putting like most of my account into the investment. Maybe buying fewer shares so that I have a smaller amount of risk in the next trade, and try to book some winners so that I have more cushion to work with for future risk. And so I'll make another update video next week, and that's all for now.